All right, guys, thanks so much. Yeah, we're happy to have Avicanna here with us today, a cannabinoid-focused biopharmaceutical company, and CEO Aras Azadian here to tell us a little bit about some of the work and some of the efforts being put towards cannabinoid-focused treatments here. Good to have you, Aras. Welcome to the show. This is a little bit of a different approach to this space. Why don't you start things off just with a little overview of the overall company?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. So we started the company about 6 years ago when the cannabis industry was really just taking off here in Toronto, and everybody was focused on really the recreational side or the cultivation side. We saw the benefits in terms of improving life, improving the quality of life, improving patient outcomes, but that needed standardized medicine, and that required research, that required clinical data, but that also required products to be consistent and stable. So we took that approach about 5 years ago, and we started the R&D, where we've been part of a Johnson & Johnson incubator where we did a lot of research. Fast forward 6 years, the company is now active with the skincare line, with a medical line that is active with the largest pharmacy chain here in Canada, and we're actually exporting a number of our products. We're currently active in 12 countries. So we took a much more sophisticated approach to cannabinoid-based medicine. We're proud to see finally the fruit of the labor come into work.
Yeah, it's you made a point there that I want to touch on. 12 countries, so active in 12 different marketplaces, and profits coming in from all of those. So you don't hear that a lot when it comes to this type of focus company. Let's talk a little bit about some of those markets, Aras, and what it is exactly that is working well there.
Well, I think the first thing is we need to separate the industry from recreational to medical. And within the recreational realm, because the United Nations Convention on Narcotics, most companies, and no company can actually export recreational products. And most companies can't even pass state lines in the US. Because we operate on the medical and research and clinical side, we're actually permitted to export our products into a number of countries. We're currently active in 4 continents. So the marketplace for us is a global one. And we're not competing in just the cannabis market, but we're competing in medical, in oncology, in pain, in sleep, and dermatology. So 2021 was the year that we started generating revenue. We started exporting into these countries. These are all small exports at this stage, but they're market openings, and they're market entrances. And as you can imagine, the regulatory red tape that we need to pass every time we enter a new country with a regulated and controlled substance such as cannabinoids is quite difficult. But the fact that we are now active in 12 countries is very exciting for us.
And let's get into some of these different products that are working well, because they're not typically, what people might be assuming and what people might be thinking about. You mentioned the skincare line specifically. Tell us a little bit more about, what it is exactly that is working well.
So we have a skincare line which is focused on acne, eczema. It's clinically backed. We've completed clinical trials on humans, and the products are not commercial in a number of countries. The benefit there is because they're CBD driven. They're considered as OTC products. They're over the counter. They're consumer products. We have a medical line which is called RHO, which is the leading brand here in Canada in terms of medical products. And these are oral, sublingual, topical delivery of cannabinoids in a much more consistent, stabilized manner, in a much more pharmaceutical manner. And this product line is doing extremely well in the markets we've recently launched because, again, we took that sophisticated pharmaceutical approach. And then finally, we have our pharmaceutical pipeline that's in various stages of clinical development.
Tremendous growth over the past year, going back into 2020 as well for Avicanna. Shoppers Drug Mart, I mean, a huge name here in this country. Talk about the deal with them.
Yeah, so we're not a Canadian licensed producer. So we operate as a biopharma company, and we launched our formulary, the products that you just saw on the screen, RHO, with Shoppers, even though we're not an LP. So we outsource manufacturing. We are, again, an intellectual property company, and we've launched it with the Shoppers Drug Mart Medical Cannabis Portal. We've been extremely successful. We understand that we have the leading products in terms of the top oils, top sprays, and top topicals. And we expect that to continue to have its positive trend. So again, recent commercialization after years of R&D, and as soon as we've hit the market, we've essentially hit the ground running.
So exciting past couple of years for the company. What can viewers, what can investors expect from Avicanna going into 2022?
This was a tremendous year for us, getting into so many new markets, launching our products, whatever we've launched, whether it's been our genetic program in terms of seeds or a raw material program out of Colombia, our medical or our skincare, they're all commercial now, and they're continuing to progress. I think 2022 is going to be a much more quantitative year for us in terms of revenue and what's to come. We expect to be profitable in the first half of 2022. But in addition to that, our pharmaceutical drugs that we've spent 5 years developing are now going into either later stages of clinical development or they're going into actual drug registrations in South America. So 2022 is going to be an enormous year for us. All the work, all the effort, all these years in terms of R&D product development has finally yielded the results we've been looking for. So very exciting place to be. It's the most, from a revenue, from commercialization, from a research perspective, we're the most advanced we've ever been.
AVCN is the ticker symbol if you are interested in having a look at the stock guys listed here in Toronto. Aras Azadian, CEO of Avicanna. A pleasure. We look forward to an update in the future.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
There we go, guys. AVCN in Toronto.